All right, everybody. Good morning. Welcome. Okay, so today I have some plans for a block. If you have a block, get it nearby. If not, no big deal. It's for some core work, so you can still do it without the block. So we'll start seated, sitting nice and tall. Let's take a deep breath in and let your bones settle as you exhale. Feel your legs touching the earth, your bum touching the earth. You get grounded in your seat. And as you inhale, grow tall, lengthen through the spine. Breathe lots of space in between the ribs. Lots of space around the heart on all sides, the side of the chest into the armpits. Breathe into the back of the heart just as much as the front. And keep lengthening all the way up through the throat and the crown. And keep that inner lift as you exhale. Let the shoulders settle onto the back of the heart. Just relax the muscles around the eyes and lips. Soften your jaw and your tongue. And continue to watch the breath grow deeper. And bring your attention to the space around the heart. And as you inhale, breathe in through the back of the heart. And as you exhale, breathe out the front of the heart. Inhaling into the back side of the heart. Exhale, let it really burst out the front of the heart and shine. And I'm going to say some metta phrases, so keep going with the breath. It's loving kindness phrases, inhaling into the back of the heart. May I be happy and peaceful. Exhale out the front of the heart. Inhale into the back of the heart. May I be healthy and strong. Exhale out the front of the heart. Inhale into the back of the heart. May I be safe and protected. Exhale out the front of the heart. Inhale into the back of the heart. May I be loved and live with ease. Exhale out the front of the heart. And just taking these first few moments to allow the body and mind to settle. Arriving here in this moment. Maybe noticing any effects of that short and sweet breath work. And the next time you breathe in, bring your hands together in front of your heart. And take this time to set an intention for your practice, to make an offering or a prayer. Or maybe one of those words stood out for you, and you can choose one word. Peaceful. We'll start this morning chanting one Om together. Inhale, stretch the arms up to the sky. Big breath in. You'll Om and bring your hands to your heart. Om. And bow your head to your heart. And release your hands, open your eyes. Good morning. Okay, we're going to stay seated for this first bit. Cross your legs a little bit tighter so they're more crossed at the shins. I'm sitting on a blanket. You can come off your blanket if you like. I kind of sit on the blanket for the first bit and then I move it out of the way. So it's up to you. Interlace your fingers and reach your palms kind of forward and then up to the sky. So big inhale, and I like to imagine sort of cat and cow in the spine. So inhale, opening the heart, the arm bones can kind of slide behind the ears. Have a little wiggle. Exhale, bow in. Inhale, open the heart. Maybe look up. Exhale, bow. Inhale, lift the heart. Then pull the ribs into alignment so you're more grounded through the sit bones, and make the legs strong and take the arms over to the left. Nice big breath into the right lung. Come back to center, inhale. And other side. Stay strong in the legs, pull the ribs into the body, keep pushing through the seat. Come back to center, inhale. And then bring your left hand to the floor, right hand all the way up and over, and then big circles with this top arm. So bend the elbows so you can really get into the shoulder. Get that range of motion in the shoulder. Do whatever feels good for the head. I like to kind of let it hang just a little bit. Go the other way. And then hold this side bend, so big stretch through that whole right side. Push through this right sit bone, big breath into the lungs here, and reach. And come back to center, inhale, and then you'll twist to the left. So left finger's behind, right finger is in front, or you can grab your thigh. Take a nice big breath in, keep the legs strong, keep the ribs pulling in, and push down through the hips. So you're trying to get this twist more in the kind of like above the rib cage and up into the heart. I like to use the back fingers. You kind of push the back fingers down and away from you. It gets a little more leverage to open the chest here. And then if you like to move your head around, maybe you look over the left shoulder, maybe you do just a little like a tilt side to side. So it's up to you if you want to kind of play with a little bit of movement in your neck. Keep inhaling equally into the right and left lung. Relax your jaw as you exhale. And then unwind, inhale. We'll go over the legs. So I'm starting to get really picky about letting this forward fold come from the pelvis. So take your time, and you might need your blocks here, but think about your sit bones are moving up and wide and kind of scraping up the wall. So if you're tight in your pelvis already, the blanket will actually really help with this. What I don't want to see is this kind of tucked under pelvis and you're trying to fold forward. Your body needs to first build the core strength and then the mobility in the pelvis. So if you are someone who can fold forward pretty far already, the block under the elbows, let your head land. Maybe you get close enough to let your head land on the block, but try to let your forehead land here somewhere. Take one more really full breath in and long breath out. Breathe down through the legs. Keep the legs strong as you come back to center. Inhale, and then switch the shin that's in front. We'll take the side bend other way. So right hand down, left arm up and over, those big circles. Bend the elbow. Think about mobility in the shoulder. And go the other way. And then hold the side bend. So when you hold the side bend, bottom hand pushes down and away from you to help you stay super anchored through that left hip, and big breath into the lungs and the chest here on the left side. And then inhale back to center. You'll take your twist, right hand behind, left hand either in front, or you can reach towards the shin. You can have a little bit of like this pull here, but don't use the leg to just crank your spine. So work really hard to stay stable in the low back, so the core all the way down through the pelvis and the legs are strong and stable. So you can really start to twist in the middle and upper back. Open that shoulder and chest, And then whatever movement with the head, maybe you look up and down, maybe side to side, or keeping it still is just fine as well. And come back to center and go forward over the legs. So just take your time, go slow. And for some people, like sitting tall is a forward fold. But if you want to keep going, get some stuff under your head. Maybe you have 2 blocks here you can stack. Still early, we're still warming up. So it's okay if you don't go quite as far as you normally do, or you take the first few breaths and then you move the block lower. So long exhales. So letting your forehead land. This is a really good trick, like even in the middle of the day, if you're kind of feeling overstimulated, it activates the parasympathetic, and that's just the naturally calming part of your body, nervous system. Calms your nervous system naturally. Even me, just putting my head there, like it deepens my voice. So inhale to rise. We'll come up to hands and knees. Blanket under the knees if you want a little padding. We'll kind of be on our knees a little bit, so if you do need that, get your blankie nearby. And starting in puppy pose. So hips are right over the knees. Walk your hands forward, stay on the fingertips. So kind of like you would downward dog, but on your fingertips. Lift your arm bones up really strong. Think about squeezing the shoulder blades together on the back of the heart. You can even kind of play with where are your shoulder blades. I call this flossing the shoulders. But then eventually you hug the shoulders onto the back of the heart and start to let your heart soften towards the earth. Do your best to keep the ribs in the body rather than just dumping in the low back. And again, this is still warming up. Some of you can get lower, but this is the first puppy pose of the day, so don't feel like you have to get to your fullest edge right away. So really take your time. Inhale, you're building strength, make your muscles strong. Exhale, you try to stretch your heart, reach your hips a little bit. And then from here, walk your hands over to the right. Really stretch through the left side. So I kind of bend my right arm, but you could reach it straight. And I want you to think about big side bend through this whole left side of the body. And then play with a little bit of a pelvic tilt or a cat and cow. So inhale, let your heart soften just a little, and then exhale, tuck your tailbone, kind of round, and just play with that little bit of undulation, a little bit of movement. Just notice how it might change the stretch a little bit. And then walk back to center and switch sides over to the left. So you're trying to get this super long side body stretch here. Your head might land on your arm or whatever feels good, and then play with that little bit of kind of cat and cow, just nice and slow. And then walk back to center and take any little hip circles or any little movement you like to do on your hands and knees. And just get into downward dog when you feel ready. So downward facing dog, spread the fingers, spread the toes, try not to lock the knees, reach your hips nice and high. And just have a little movement here, sort of like you were on hands and knees. There's no right or wrong. Make sure your foundation is solid, your muscles are strong, but then kind of play with shapes. Maybe lean hips to the left and the right. Maybe you're looking under your arms. Maybe you come forward a little bit to plank and back up. Now keep the handprints pushing down, the knuckles pushing down. Then take both heels to the right. So make sure both heels are on the right. You're on the outer edge of one foot and the inner edge of the other foot. Bend the knees a little bit like you're sitting back in a chair, and come to the fingertips on the left hand. You're walking the left fingers forward. So another way to get like a big side bend here. So I like to really play with kind of pulling the hips back towards the heels. Come back to center, inhale, other side, heels to the left. So making sure you're on the inner edge of the front foot, outer edge of the back foot, and this will kind of prep you for some side planks that'll come up later. Fingertips on the right, walk it forward as you pull the hips back. Come back to center, inhale. Walk your hands to your feet, forward fold at the back of the mat. Just bending the knees as much as you need to so you can touch the floor. Let your head dangle. Maybe shake it out a little bit. And over time, you want to get your ribs closer to the thighs. Keep reaching your hips up so my legs are not straight. I have a little bend, especially since I'm a knee walker. So I tend to bend just a little bit more to keep the strength around the knees. Reach your hips up, just let your head dangle. Take a big breath in. Inchworm your rib cage down even more towards the knees. And if you like to grab your elbows, you can. Maybe a little sway. Come halfway up on your in-breath. Pull the heart forward. And maybe your hands are here. Exhale, take your time. Bow all the way in. Empty your breath completely. Inhale, expand, pull your heart through the arms. Nice strong legs, nice strong belly. Exhale, bowing in. Push down through the legs. One more, inhale, big open heart. Exhale, bow and anchor. Walk your hands forward to plank pose. As you get nice and strong, hug the arms towards each other without actually moving the arms. And then both heels to the left, and just keep your handprints down. Pull your left rib cage up. Get really strong in the left belly. And then inhale back to center. Both heels to the right. Pull your right rib cage up. Really push the floor away. A little core strength. Inhale back to center. Come all the way down to your belly. Knees down if you need to. Take your time. Work that arm strength. Chaturanga. Come on your fingertips so the elbows are pointing up to the sky. So as you inhale, bow in towards your belly, and that'll help you really strengthen the core, stabilize the pelvis and the low back, and then roll the shoulders on the back. We're trying to get more into the upper back and the heart. And I'm not just reaching my chin forward. I'm really letting my heart shine, the ears pull back, stretch through the ribs and the legs. And then just like a wave, melt down. Exhale, let your forehead tap the earth. We'll do two more. Inhale, spread the toes, pull the ribs into the body, lots of strength in the core in order to open the heart and the back. Exhale, melting down, bow in. Last one, inhale, peel your heart forward and up, spread the toes back there. Exhale, come all the way down. Let your forehead tap the earth and stay there with your elbows pointing up to the sky. Drop your right shoulder down and pull your left shoulder up, sort of like a shimmy. And then just switch sides. Pull your right shoulder up and drop the left shoulder down. Just do that a little bit faster, and you can turn it into a little bit of a circle, just playing with that mobility in the shoulder and the upper back. You can do both together or one at a time. Then inhale, interlace the fingers at the low back. If you can't quite clasp, reach your arms back or hook your thumbs. Roll the shoulders on the back. Pull the ribs in, stretch through the toes, legs stay down. Try not to lock your elbows. Keep lifting your heart, and then lean to the right. Pull the top shoulder back. Keep the hips down. You're just opening the upper back chest. Lean back. And come back to center. Inhale. Other side. Come back to center. Inhale. Lift your legs this time. Locust. Let the hands go. Bring them right next to your ribs. Push your handprints down. Keep going into cobra. So the legs will kind of come down as you start lifting your heart. Big inhale. Claw your handprints. Pull your rib cage through the arms. And then take down dog when you're ready on your exhalation. However you get there, through hands and knees or plank. Nice big inhale, feel the strength in your body. Exhale, stretch your handprints through the earth, your footprints through the earth. Right leg up on your in-breath. Keep the knee and toe pointing down. Stretch your legs apart. As you exhale, step your right foot forward between the hands. Take the back knee down, low lunge. So you might like your blanket there under the knee. Handprints right under your shoulder. You might like your blocks here. So scooch this back foot back, front knees roughly over the ankle. Inhale the heart forward. Exhale into half splits, moving from the pelvis. So you're reaching your tailbone up. Pull the right toes back. Push the right heel down and forward. Keep pulling your heart forward. And take a few more. Inhale, lunge. Exhale, reach your sit bones up and wide. Get this leg really strong. Dig the heel down and forward. One more. And then half split, stay there. Left hand down, right arm open. So you're kind of in this twisted half split. So really dig this heel down and forward. See if you can open the chest. And then keep this twist. You'll go back and forth with the hips. So inhale back to that low lunge. Exhale, pull the hips back. And then one more add-on. When you come forward, hamstring curl this back heel in towards your bum. And then the foot comes down as you pull the hips back. It's optional to grab the foot for a moment, give it a little squeeze or not. Still great quad stretch. And then just pause on that next one. Stay there for an extra breath. If you do like to grab the foot, go for it. Really pull the hips back towards the heels, the ribs into the body. See if you can open your chest a little more. Beautiful. Good. Okay, from here, step back, plank pose. Take both heels to the left. Come onto the right fingertips. Pull this left belly in, make it really strong. Optional full side plank with the arm up. You can also take this bottom knee down. But work the core, so you're really pulling the ribs up to the sky. Nice big inhale, and then switch sides. So come to plank first. Both heels to the right, fingertips on the left, and that's a good place to stay. Your strength. Or you're opening up, side plank, with the knee down option. Claw the bottom hand, try not to lock the elbow, and you want to think about wrapping your tricep under, really hugging the shoulder onto the back of the heart. And then plank pose, come all the way down to your belly. Just go through a vinyasa however you like. Inhale, cobra, or if you like, locust. Or if you're ready for an upward facing dog, a sphinx pose. And then down dog when you're ready. Take a couple breaths to arrive. Nice big breath in. Nice, you guys. Long breath out. Left leg up, inhale, nice and strong and stable. The knee and toe point down. Your pelvis is strong, your ribs are in the body. See if you can stretch your legs apart even more. Slowly step through, left foot forward, back knee down. Scooch it back so you're pretty long in your stride. Fingertips right under your shoulders. Swan blocks is great. Inhale and start to go with your breath when you're ready. Exhale, digging the heel down and forward, not locking the knee and not tucking the pelvis. So working really hard, little micro bend, push that heel forward and that'll help lift the pelvis, which is so good for your back. Okay, keep going. And then next time you're in the half split, stay there. Right hand down, left arm up, twist. Keep pushing that heel down and forward. Open your heart, lean back. And that hand just stays right there wherever it is on the floor, and you move the hips forward and back. And then if you want to add that hamstring curl, go for it. So when your knee comes forward, you start to pull that heel in. And when your hips go back, let the foot land. And then pause with that hamstring curl. If you like to grab, maybe you're on your forearm on this arm, that works too. Keep your pelvis strong and stable. From here, when you're ready, step forward to a squat. Just take that first breath to kind of wiggle and arrive. Walk the hands forward. Keep the hips heavy and just let your head dangle. So get your block nearby. From here, you're going to come onto your bum and play with boat pose. So you're squeezing the block between your thighs. If you don't have a block, you hold boat. You can also play with squeezing something that's light, like a stuffed animal or a pillow, or don't worry about it. I wouldn't use something heavy for what we're going to do. So squeezing the block, and if you don't have a block, you're imagining you're hugging in. And then keep squeezing as you come all the way onto your back. So the knees are right over the hips. Squeeze your block. Take your arms straight out like you would, just straight out like a T, like an airplane. I like to do palms down, but it really doesn't matter. Push your palms, push your arms down, really ground the shoulders. Take a big inhale, squeeze your block, and then start to take the knees over to the right, and they're just gonna hover, don't let them land. Really push the left shoulder down. Kind of pause there in that twist. And come back to center, inhale, squeezing the block. Exhale to the second side. Left, knees to the left, really push your right shoulder down. So a couple more, inhale. Try to keep your feet apart, just as wide as the block. My feet tend to come together, but keep them apart. If you want a little bit more, take your right leg up to the sky, and then legs go to the left. Keep squeezing the block. Back to center, and you switch the leg. Left leg up, legs to the right. So when you kind of find your edge, give it a little pause and a hover. Just go at your own pace. Really do your best to keep the shoulders anchored. One more add-on, both legs straight. Just options. You can stay here. When you're coming back to center, really squeezing the block. That'll help the core. You want to think about your belly muscles moving down to the floor. Next time you're on the right side, go ahead and stay there and land. You can let your block go or leave it. Just take a nice one giant breath in. Relax your jaw. Big exhale. And then switch sides. Landing on the left in that twist. Big giant breath in. Long breath out. Good. Come back to center. So this one, you'll take the block between your legs, kind of like your ankles. And you're just basically passing the block between hands and feet. So try not to bring your feet past the hips. They stay right over the hips, and you try to reach up to grab. And then inhale, you kind of open your shape as long as you like. So the lower the legs, the more challenging. You can keep them bent. And then exhale to switch. Bring the block in the feet, open up. Exhale to switch. So keep going. Inhale to open. Exhale to switch. Nice strong arms, strong legs, belly muscles moving down towards the floor. Try not to push them up into the sky. And I tend to bring my feet past my hips, so do your best to keep them over the hips. So when you've had enough of that, feet to the floor, take your feet as wide as your mat and windshield wiper the knees side to side. Shake it out a little bit. And then we've got one more for on your back. So you'll take your block right here on your, so let's go left leg up to the sky, block on the right thigh, right elbow on the block. So you're kind of squeezing leg into block, arm into block. If you don't have a block, you could also squeeze leg into elbow. So squeeze, and then play with lowering the straight leg. I like to have this hand behind my head, so as a little pillow. So up and down, nice and slow. Exhale. Inhale, bring the leg up. One more option, you just switch the elbow, so it's a little bit of a twist. Lower. Squeeze it up. Just one more. Relax your face. Pull it up. Shake it out. Woo! And then second side. Squeeze the block, squeeze the elbow, hug the leg in, push the elbow forward, up and down with this leg. So as high or as low as you can go with control and stability. Keep squeezing, hug in. So I'm doing 2 this way, and then do that twist. Try 2 more. Squeeze your block. And then let it go and rest. Just take a second to really get a relaxed belly breath. So really full inhale and long exhale.